Hello everyone, my name is Para Babon and I'm a media studies student at Nova High School. And today I will be discussing my response to the second creative critical reflection question that asks, how does your product engage with audiences and how would it be distributed in real media text? Well, our film opener engages with female audiences through showcasing a group of women in a strengthening light, the polar opposite of their normalized representation in media and present-day media outlets. According to the Big Six case study, 90% of the media is controlled by 6 major conglomerate companies, indicating that these top 6 companies essentially control society and their perceptions of societal groups through the way they choose to represent certain groups. For instance, these businesses often showcase minorities to be perceived as inferior. They have the power to influence the perception of society through minimizing and labeling societal groups into devaluing stereotypes, which is exactly what's happening towards women. Stuart Hall theory of reception explains how within the media there will never be a true representation of any societal group or events. This theory disproves the accuracy of the media's representation upon groups of individuals, which supports our message of encouraging women to overcome the faulty, degrading representations of them within the media text, empowering them to not fall victim of this inhumane representation. Moreover, the impact that this major control over the media is highlighted according to the copycat theory, which states how society copies the media through acting out things they see on TV, indicating how any kind of representation displayed in media texts is immediately going to be embodied by society. This further gives major companies that already own 90% of the media complete control over the way society thinks and behaves, in a way in which they can maximize profits or boost information on their agenda. Moreover, considering how our opener re-represents women in an empowering light, overthrowing the traditional male-dominant conventions in which women are constantly suppressed, leading them to be further looked down upon by men, it is essential to address this issue. By pushing this improved representation of women towards a larger audience, which brings me to my next point. According to the agenda setting theory, the media prioritizes boosting information, promoting what the audience should think, basically what the media encourages them to think versus what they actually think. This gives larger companies even more control over the perceptions and behaviors of society. We intend to distribute our media text through Blumhouse Productions, which specializes in mystery and horror films that evoke complex thinking and curiosity, which aligns perfectly with our film's genre and qualities. Blumhouse Productions is a multimedia company, a versatile establishment skilled in generating, developing, assembling, and disseminating content across a diverse range of media platforms, including social media, video, web, long-form, short form, and audio formats. Due to Blumhouse's wide range of diverse products, which essentially reaches a larger, diverse audience, we can use this to our advantage and promote our film towards these different platforms that enable us to reach wider audiences. Additionally, Blumhouse films are mainly distributed by Universal Pictures. As a company owned by Universal Pictures, a significantly larger film distributor, they offer the necessary tools and resources for marketing our film through various media outlets to diverse audiences, to further increase our chances of getting our meaning towards larger audiences, whilst still maintaining the essential mystery aspect our film focuses on due to Blumhouse's specialty on releasing mystery and horror films. Referring back to the agenda setting theory, by having Blumhouse distribute our film, This allows us to push our re-representation of women across all their platforms and media outlets. In this day and age, society truly believes women to be inferior to men due to their prolonged degrading representation within the media. But by showcasing this improved version to larger audiences, it increases the chances of normalizing women to overcome this problem. Finally enabling them to think for themselves as independent. Eventually, through constantly promoting this message within a diverse range of platforms provided by Blumhouse Productions, this allows us to maximize our audience, which will eventually change the perspectives of society as a whole. According to the hypodermic needle theory, the media messages that are presented are powerful enough to shape public opinion and behavior, further underscoring the urgency to push our influential representation of women, which can be exceeded using Blumhouse Productions. As previously mentioned, our opener engages with female audiences through displaying women to take on the typical role of a man, which entirely overthrows the degrading conventions towards women. When women are constantly being fed the standards that devalue them, it takes upon a detrimental toll on their sense of self-worth and independence. This can even be seen within little girls and their relationship with Disney princesses narrative. According to the Disney Princess case study, for generations, Disney has represented women in a way that minimizes them down to an object not valuable enough to express beliefs. On the only occasion in which they attain value or serve any purpose is when it's along the narrative of helplessly waiting for a blue prince to come and save them. This results in raising a generation of little girls who grow up actively undermining their worth. This simply because it's what they've seen on TV because of this faulty representation of women. This emphasizes how simply the way you represent any societal group can have an everlasting impact on them. Our opener engages with the female audience in a way that allows for a change in perspective within their self-worth, independence, and overall empowering women, whilst communicating the deeper meaning that women aren't limited to the representation of them within the media. This can be backed up by quoting the gender performative theory that explains how being born a man or a woman does not determine character traits or behaviors. By captivating the female audience with a representation that does not comply with the societal norms, we normalize the breakthrough of labels that undermine the value of any societal group. In our case, it would be women. Given that six media conglomerates, including Comcast, which owns Universal Studios, dominate 90% of the media landscape, partnering with Blumhouse Productions grants our film access to a vast audience through their extensive influence. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.